Sessions Cafe with your host, Keri D. Singleton.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sessions Cafe. I'm your host, Keri D. Singleton, and today we welcome Dondre The Boss to the show. Welcome to the show, brother.
My pleasure to be here.
We're sitting here matching.
Yeah.
What's that all about? Let's get straight to it, man. Let's start from the beginning. Where did you grow up, and what was life like in the first maybe 15 years of your life?
Well, I was born in New Rochelle.
New Rochelle, New York.
Yeah,
yep.
I was born in New Rochelle, and then my mom got her first apartment when in 1980, so I'm about to be like 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
Then we moved to Mount Vernon.
So basically, you grew up in southern Westchester County in New York State. For those that are not familiar, okay.
Exactly.
Okay. That's right on north of the Bronx.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
money earning Mount Vernon.
Money earning Mount Vernon.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely a lot of legacy there. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
And around 4 or 5, we migrated to Mount Vernon when I was 4 or 5 years old, and I resided there, pretty much majority of my life too. I ran into some trials and tribulations.
So, but before those trials and tribulations, what was life like growing up in Mount Vernon for you?
Well, life. It started out good, and then we ran into some turbulence due to drugs. My mom had a drug problem.
Okay.
And she overcame it.
Okay.
But
Good.
what happened was we ended up getting evicted one cold day.
Oh wow.
And I was probably like 11 or something like that. It was real freezing outside that day.
I know you never forgot that.
I never forgot that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And from that's pushed me to the street.
And it's hard to summarize a person's entire life experience in a 28-minute show. But I really, really want your story to be told, and I want it to be impactful. So if you could explain to my audience, what exactly was it that took you from your home and sent you into the penal system? What was the charge? What happened?
Well, what happened was I was charged with manslaughter.
Wow.
And what happened was I'm gonna reiterate what the parole board told me when they hit me at the parole board.
Yeah.
They said, what you're describing here is an OK corral. So to those that don't know, OK corral is like everybody's up there shooting.
Okay, wow.
Probably like 5 or 6 people was up there shooting.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody got away but me.
Wow. So basically,
And
you
I
was
ended up
involved in a huge shootout.
Huge shootout. It was a feud that went on for about 2 or 3 weeks. One of them, one of us, one of them, one of us.
Wow.
And then, that night I went up there, they was up there waiting for me. I was by myself and probably like 5 of them. And I got into a big ass gun battle. Excuse my Italy.
And somebody lost their life.
Right.
I mean, I just want to be honest about the situation.
And somebody lost their life, and I ended up going to the penitentiary for something that I didn't even do.
Okay. So you did not take this person's life, but that's what you went to jail for.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna break it down. What happened was, while I was incarcerated, the lawyer came and was like, "Look, the best thing for you to do."
Well, while you were in jail, while you were waiting.
Right.
Well, I want to be clear because a lot of people don't understand.
They don't understand.
Yeah, while you were being held in jail,
right,
pending the disposition of your case, the lawyer came to see you.
Right. And he said, the best thing for you to do is, being that you the only one caught, and then you're not telling on nobody.
Right.
The best thing for you to do is cop out to 8 1/3 to 25. That's what they had on the table for me.
8 1/3 to 25 years, which means that the minimum sentence that you have to serve is 8 1/3 years. The maximum is 25 years on. Yeah.
Right.
And I'm because everybody doesn't really get the way that the sentencing guide is. Wow.
Exactly. Well, the way, I don't know if they still do it like that, but that's how they did it. But the reason why he told me that, he said at that particular time they was giving out work release to violent felons. So he said,
what is work release?
Work release is when you come home and you work, and you're inside a program,
right?
And you come home like on the weekend or something like that.
You're in a halfway house
type situation.
Okay.
But what he was explaining to me is that, you know, you'll be home at 6.
Okay.
You're a young man. You'll be home at 25.
So
you'll be 25 years old, because I got locked up when I was 19.
So basically, he asked you to take a plea deal, because he assumed that you would be eligible to be in this work release program. But the thing is, and I'm just clarifying, a lawyer can never determine what the Department of Corrections is going to do. But he assumed, and that's what he told you. So based on what he told you, you decided to take the deal.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And then in the process of that, when in 1995, when Pataki came into office,
Governor Pataki, yeah.
he exonerated all violent felons. Like, nobody could get no work release if you had a violent crime. Everybody was getting hit at the board.
Don't say exonerate.
Not exonerated.
Yeah.
I mean, he
eliminated.
He abolished.
Yeah, he abolished.
That's the right word. He abolished.
Yeah, he didn't exonerate anybody.
Yeah, he abolished
all the programs.
All the programs.
Yeah, okay.
And everything. And I ended up doing 14 years instead of the 6 or the 8 and the 3rd, 225.
So it's actually possible that your lawyer was right. It's actually possible that you could have gotten work release, but I guess that was under the previous administration in the state of New York. The new governor comes in. Pataki was not very friendly when it came to crime and punishment. And so you kind of just fell victim to the fact that the laws changed. So when that happened, brother, when you found out that you was not going to be released from prison anytime close to what you thought you was going to be released, first of all, how old were you when you got that news? Not when you first went to prison, but when you realized Governor George Pataki had changed the laws and that you weren't going to be released. How old was you?
I probably was like 24,
oh, wow.
25, 24.
What did that, walk me through that feeling?
What it felt like is like, I felt like I got hoodwinked. Like, you know?
Yeah.
I just felt like, now I don't even know when I'm going to get out of this situation.
Right.
You know? And I just started to, like, you know, do my programs. I started to educate myself, and I just became an open sponge, and I just started learning, and I became a leader.
But was there not anger? Was there not sadness at, you know, when you realize that you're going to spend a lot more time, considerable amount of time? I'm trying to pull this out of you. Are there tears? Are you trying to punch walls? Is it like, that's a lot, bro, for a 24-year-old. That's a lot for anybody to go through. But at 24, that's an emotional, crippling moment.
Yeah, and you know, I was really depressed.
Yeah.
Because, you know, at the time, my son's mother, she was pregnant.
Okay. Wow.
When I went in.
Right.
So my son was in my baby mother's stomach when I went in.
Right.
You know, so now what's going through my mind is like, I got to get back to my son.
Yeah.
You know,
so he was born, you was incarcerated.
Yeah, he was born, I was incarcerated.
And you're thinking.
And I call home and, you know, I'm hearing, I need you right now.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You chose the street over me and all of that. And I'm feeling like real small on the other end of the phone, you know?
Wow. What was your relationship like with your family? Your mother, your dad, if he was in the picture, your siblings?
My dad, and, you know, at the time, my dad and my mom, like, you know, they supported me.
Oh, good. Okay.
They supported me.
That's what's up.
My little brothers really took care of me, though.
Okay.
I have 2 little siblings, but they took care of me. I didn't want for nothing.
Dre, the first year she was in prison, the first year, the first 12 months of being in state prison, after, because a lot of people don't understand, jail is jail.
Prison.
Prison is prison. Jail is where you're held if you can't bail out until you're sentenced or released, whatever the case may be, right? But prison is where people go to serve out their sentences, whether it be well, at least in this state, you know, anything over a year to infinity. So the first year that you're in state prison, bro, can you bring us back to that feeling?
The first year I was in state prison, I remember being in the school building.
Okay.
And they, you know, the school building. I'm in the Max Jail. I'm in Coxsackie.
Okay.
Coxsackie, New York, and I go to the school building and I see this guy. He's like just sitting on the desk, and he just like spitting out a razor, catching it, spitting it out, catching it, spitting it out, catching it, and I'm saying to myself like, yo, where do they got me at? Like,
what do you mean, literally?
Yeah, he's like practicing spitting out his razor, so you know,
oh wow,
just in case
he needs to.
Got to cut somebody or something like that. So I come into class, I'm thinking we're going to be in there school and the teacher's like in the corner. He's worried. You know, everybody's like in sections doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And they got the that movie playing, American Me playing. I don't know if you're familiar with that movie, but it's a prison movie. Very graphic. But they got that movie playing, and that was like, when it was time for us to go down the steps, like the CO wasn't there, a couple of people got cut in the face.
Oh my God.
So like, I wasn't scared, but I was alert. This was something new.
Definitely.
This was like something totally new, what I'm used to.
Right. Yeah, because there's nothing normal about incarceration, and you're young in a maximum security facility at that. So there had to have been just a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, is this what am I doing? I'm going to spend the rest of the next X amount of years with these people? Wow, man. Did you feel like you needed to prepare yourself for war if necessary?
I just felt that I had to change and adapt to my environment.
Yeah.
And become that.
Yeah.
I had to become that.
Right.
If not, then I would have been in trouble.
You wouldn't have survived.
I wouldn't have survived.
We got about a minute left before we go to break, and I just want to ask you, you can just give me a couple of seconds. What are some of your memories? What are some of the most memorable experiences from that first year, other than what you just mentioned?
It was like God just saying, like, you know, if you want this life right here, then this what this is about. You gotta put on. If you want to be like this gangster,
yeah, right.
This what it calls for.
Yeah.
Like a lot of events happened within my first day there. Like,
wow.
You know, the police beat me up. You know, a couple of guys I had issues with when I was in the county jail.
Right.
They was there.
Oh man.
Like, and then at chow time, it's a riot going on. One house attacked the other house.
Yeah.
We coming in the mess hall, they going out there, attack our house. So by the end of the night, because I'm just going to put this in a nutshell because we don't have that much time. But at the end of the night, when I got in my cell, I was saying, God, where do you got me at?
Yeah. Wow. Right. What is this?
What is this?
Yeah. We're going to find out what it was. We'll be right back. And we back here on Sessions Cafe with Dondre The Boss. One of the worst things I would imagine that could happen to a person while they're incarcerated, and there are many, but I feel like the worst thing that could possibly happen to a person when they're in prison or in jail is to lose somebody that they love. And not be able to grieve, attend the service, whatever. And you lost your mom. What was that like for you, man?
Yeah, it was like the worst feeling in the world. Like, my mom was like my big sister and mom wrapped all in one.
Yeah.
And like you said, I couldn't properly grieve. one of the comrades, he just let me go in the phone booth and just stood in front of the phone booth, and he didn't let nobody use the phone, so I can go in the phone booth and get on the floor and cry, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know.
How old were you?
It happened in 98, so I probably was like, maybe 28, 29, something like that.
I know in some states and some jurisdictions, they let you go to the funeral or the service. Some states do, some states don't.
my life is a movie, but they let me go down to the funeral. But what happened was, being that I had a manslaughter charge, they don't know whether I did it or not.
Right.
So they got me on high security alert.
Right.
So when we get in the car, the officer is telling me that he's gonna keep the cuffs on the whole time, be shackled and everything going down there.
So when you go into the service, you're gonna be restrained.
So I'm arguing with him and telling him once we got in the car to turn the car around, I'm not going, because I don't want my mom, you know, to see me the last time. I see my mom the last time shackled up like I'm some animal.
Right.
But I argued with him the whole way down. I kept telling him to turn the car around. And then when we got there, the other officer was like, don't worry, just relax. I'm gonna take the cuffs off.
Wow. So you go into the service.
I go into the service.
Your family and friends.
I go into the service. I'm the first one there.
Okay.
My family don't know I'm there, but I'm sitting there watching them. I'm watching everybody, you know?
How? How do they not know that you're there?
Because I'm there first, so they got me sitting like in the back, but they just walking in, like walking to the casket. They not looking around.
Right, right. You're in the back.
Right. So I'm looking at everybody, and you know, people have grown, because it was like 5 years since I left. I haven't seen anybody. People have grown.
Yes. And
everything. My little brothers came in. They got real big and stuff like that.
Wow.
And I was just watching them, and right when it was time for them, you know, they started to break down. I was like, yo, I'm here. And they turned around like, oh, my brother. And you know,
wow,
I had to be strong for them.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
Yeah.
Because you got to be strong for them, but you also got to be strong for yourself, man, and that's mom. Were you able to see her finally?
Yeah, I was able to, you know. But that ride back was like the longest ride ever. That ride back, like I just curled up in the back of the car on the floor, and I cried the whole way back. But I just kept on saying to myself that I was disappointed in myself because I didn't get the chance to tell her that I was sorry for all the wrongdoing that I was doing when I was in the street, when she was trying to keep me on the right path.
I'm sorry that you had to experience that, man. Seriously. On a lighter note, let's talk about that day that everybody that's ever been incarcerated dreams about, the release date.
Mm-hmm.
What was your release date? Because I'm sure you remember.
Yeah, September 5th, 2007.
See, I knew it. You don't forget that.
9 a.m.
I know that's right. What were some of your post-release obstacles? What are some of the things that you had to deal with, some hurdles that you had to jump over within the first couple of weeks, if not the first couple of months of you being out?
Well, number one, my grandmother had Alzheimer's. They didn't tell me, so I had to deal with that coming home.
Okay.
Number two, my baby mother had passed away like 2 months before I got out.
You didn't know that?
She passed away. They came see me on a visit, but it's like I call home and say I made the board, and then like a month or two later, she passed away before I got there.
Oh.
So now I got to come home straight to fatherhood, and I got to pay rent and everything. So I got to get a job. I got to get my son back. I got to take care of my grandmother. So
wow.
When I came home, it was like no partying. I just got to just straight to get to it.
To work, yeah.
I got to get to work.
And how long had you been incarcerated? From the day that you were arrested and brought into the jail until you were released from prison. What was that time?
14 years. 14 years.
14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14 years. 14
I had they gave me a cell phone when I came home because there was no cell phones
Right.
when I was in there.
Exactly.
And they gave me a cell phone. I didn't know how to use it, and I'm screaming in it, and they laughing at me, cracking jokes on me and stuff like that.
Why are you talking so loud?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So one of the amazing things that you've done, Dre, and there have been many since your release, is create your movement from a prison cell to living well, which is what we're both twinning up with today. What's the mission statement that you would want to give? If there's, it doesn't have to be one sentence, but what is the mission? I should say, not the mission statement. What is the mission of from a prison cell to living well?
The mission is like pretty much. This is not just for incarcerated individuals. This is for anybody that been through any form of adversity.
Right. Exactly.
And then make it out of it.
Divorce, homelessness. The list is long. Okay.
Right.
The mission is to be able to facilitate the comfort and the success of people who have been through a hell, whatever that hell is.
Exactly.
That's pretty dope of you to encompass so many other people's darknesses and want to channel your energy and your ability to survive prison to pass that on to other people. That's very admirable, bro. Does the brand's name appeal to people who have not been to prison?
Yes,
like the general public.
Yes, it does, because you have people that go to work every week that went to college, and they taking money out of their check for student loans and everything, and they having a hard time paying off their student loans. They taking money out of their check, but then once it's paid off, they're able to do what they got to do. They're living well after that.
Right.
And that's the end part of this is living well.
Right.
Being successful.
Exactly. And it's not just a clothing line. I think that's what a lot of people get it twisted. From a prison cell to living well, it's not just a declaration that's to be made on hats, shirts, and shorts. It's more than that. You've worked diligently and tirelessly to help other people reintegrate to society after being incarcerated. Talk to me about those.
Yeah, it's more like a transitional service situation where brothers come and sisters come, and they need help with getting their vital documents. They might need a resume written up for a job,
right?
Things of that nature. They might need help getting a passport. They might need any type of resource, a place to live, or something like that. Housing.
Yes.
You know, housing plays a big thing or coming out the prison system.
It's obviously, because if you don't have a place to stay, then the chances of you doing something to sustain a place to stay or food to eat or clothes to wear, your chances are very, very high that you will go back. Yeah. So what are some of the things that, first of all, talk from a personal perspective, what are some of the things that you yourself were able to embrace to keep from returning back? I get that nobody wants to go back to prison, so I get that there's the basic desire to want to stay free is there, but the tangible ways to stay free, how did you manage to attain those things? What did you do to stay out?
Well, my motivation was, I was already out of my son's life for 14 years already. So that was my motivation. I can't go back.
Right.
So first of all, I got to get a job. That's for one. And from there, I just got to stay focused.
Yeah, but how do you get it? It's not that easy. For many, maybe it was for you, but for many people, it's not just, oh, I got to get a job. How was you able to get a job?
I was blessed. I was blessed, and I met a lot of good brothers when I was in prison.
Yeah.
And when I came home, I called one of the brothers up. I said, I need a job. He said, I don't know if you'll do it. I said, what you mean? He said, we put boots on cars. I said, well, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. He said, all right, well, come over here tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock then.
Right.
I came over there the next day at 9 o'clock. He showed me how to do it. and that was it. That was my first job. I got a car out of that too. I had a car within 90 days.
Why did he think you wouldn't do it? It wasn't like you necessarily been putting boots on the cars of people that you knew. Maybe.
No, I mean, you know, I have crossed paths with people I know that I have.
Oh well, yeah.
They're like, yo, that's my car.
Yeah, it's like being a meter maid. It ain't the most pleasant job, right? I get what you're saying. Yeah. What are some of the other things that you got involved in that inspires you to want to help other people? Because sometimes you just want to forget about it. You just want to say, it's over. I'm on the other side now. I don't want to think about it. Nor do I want to put energy into helping other people. Not because I'm selfish, but because I just want to put that behind me. What gave you the motivation to want to dedicate a large portion of your life to helping other people?
Well, I started to work with the youth, right?
Okay.
And this young man came into the program. He didn't know how to read. He didn't know how to write. And I was like watching him out the side of my eye, and I seen him eating out the garbage can.
Oh wow! Literally?
Literally. Like he was eating. He didn't have. You don't have to do that. That's what we explained to him. You don't have to do that. There's just a lot of food here. But that hurt my heart.
Yeah.
That hurt my heart to see that little kid do that. And then from there, I just been all in with helping people, mentoring, helping people in any way I can to help out. We taught the kid how to read, taught him how to write, we taught him etiquette, we taught him his manners, and everything at the table, and everything. And the story is epic. His father came when it was time for him to lead the program, and he see his progress. His mannerism and how he spoke, and he broke down. His father just broke down crying.
Wow.
And he thanked us for doing his job.
We have less than a minute left, man. What would you want to say to somebody who's in the streets or into drugs or into credit card, whatever, that what would you say to somebody who's on the fence of definitely going down the same path that you went through? What would you say to them? Because a lot of times you don't know really, you know that if you get caught, you're going to go to jail, but you don't know what it's like to be in jail. What would you say to that person?
Well, I would say this, that on the other side of the fence, it's easy to get in trouble, but it's hard to get out. You just got to just hold on and hang in there, and your blessings will come if your heart is pure.
You're an amazing guy, brother. You know that?
Thank you.
We're all of us are basically the result of the experiences that we've had. Sometimes those experiences sharpen us, sometimes they make us dull. But I'll say that you're definitely one of the sharpest tacks that have ever been created, and I thank you for being a guest.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, King.
We'll be back next week.
Sessions Cafe with your host, Keri D. Singleton.